Super Smash Bros. 6, is it going to come out at all? Yes, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I don't have intel at all, but in my opinion, of course, they're eventually going to make a new Super Smash Bros. Game for the next console. Like, surely, it's like their biggest selling game. They're going to have to make a new one eventually, even if it's not on the next console, if they do some bloody Mario Kart BS where they just release the game again with more maps. I hope they don't do that. Maybe if they chucked in a bunch more characters, that would be sick. Anyways, these are going to be the top 10 things I want in the new Super Smash Bros. Game. Starting off with number 1, which would be unlockable skins. Oh my god, I would love to have unlockable skins. If you guys have played a game like Call of Duty, this is where it's the biggest memory for me. I've harped on this before in other videos, by the way, so if you've seen those, I'm sorry for repeating this point. But man, in Call of Duty, let's say you have a sniper rifle, and if you get 100 headshots with that sniper rifle, you unlock like a new cool blue tiger skin camo for that gun. Imagine if they brought that idea over to Smash Bros. And you play Donkey Kong, and if you won 5 matches with a row online, or you got like 50 spikes online, or they could incorporate it into the single player experience. Like if you do this classic mode with Donkey Kong, you will unlock this skin, and you can now wear the Funky Kong skin. Like usually in Smash Bros, yeah, they've got like 8 different skins that kind of just change the color. But it would be so cool and kind of like an achievement that you could show off, like, yeah, you beat Donkey Kong Classic mode, boom, you get the Funky Kong skin. Or you do something really cool in the single player with Pokemon Trainer, now you get a Pokemon Trainer, and all 3 of the Pokemon are different. Instead of Squirtle, it's now Wooper. Instead of Charizard, it's, I don't know, Dragonite, or something like that, you know? It would be really, really cool if they put a bit more effort into the alternate costumes. I feel like it's pretty easy in terms of they're not needing to incorporate any new moves or anything like that. Just give us some really good reskins, and it would make going for achievements in Smash Bros. So much more worth it than like the weird trophy things that they give you. Number 2 is not going to be a surprise at all if you've played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but it is to bring back some cinematics to the story mode. Maybe make the story mode more like Subspace in general. That would be amazing. I don't know if I'm nostalgia tripping on that, because in my mind though, it's so imprinted how good Super Smash Bros. Brawl single player mode was. And I don't know if people nowadays, let's say if your first game was Smash Ultimate and you played a lot more casually, please let me know how good is World of Light in your opinion, because maybe I'm extremely biased. Let me know what you guys think if you've stayed more casual, the World of Light versus Subspace battle, which is the better single player. In my mind, it's not even close. Subspace was absolutely incredible experience for a casual player, and I would have been pissed if I was still a casual player playing like Wii U and probably Ultimate as well. I'm not gonna lie. The cinematics though were just unbelievable. It really brought me into the world of all these Nintendo characters all existing together, and they're all fighting it out and moving. It was just incredible to see. Far more incredible than just the gameplay is just, yeah, seeing Mario interact with Diddy Kong. In fact, I remember losing my goddamn mind when I saw this. Here, I've got it. When I saw this cinematic, and boom, out of nowhere, Rayquaza comes out, and look at him, his giant size. It's sick. Diddy Kong scared. Oh my god, and look how good these cinematics were. They were epic. Boom, shoots that and grabs Diddy Kong, and I'm like, oh shit, Diddy Kong, what's he gonna do? And then boom, out of nowhere, baby, it's Fox McCloud, and he saved it. And then you have a boss fight with Rayquaza after this, and it was just so cool to see. Once again, please let me know if I'm biased, but man, my number 2 is definitely to bring back a single player, more similar to Subspace, at least with the cutscenes. Oh, baby, the cutscenes. Number 3 now, I wanted to get a bit more specific and just say I would really love a rework of Ganondorf and Link as characters. Like, Ganondorf has just consistently been one of the worst characters in Smash Bros. Just by his design, and I definitely think they could make him a little bit better and a little bit more faithful to the games. Like, imagine if he had a bit of a float like Peach, because in the games he flies around. Look, I got the Ocarina boss fight right here. Look at him flying. Ganondorf with Peach's float automatically makes his disadvantage and recovery way better and doesn't make him more OP for the casual fan base. I think that's a really tricky thing because if you think about competitive and casuals, the tier list almost gets flipped, I feel, in terms of heavies suck in a competitive standpoint because it's all about being technical and outspeeding your opponent. But if you're both just kind of smashing ahead, doing smash attacks and landing a lot and it's a casual environment, heavies are so good because they're so strong and they're heavy so they don't die early. So you can't just say like, make him even stronger. It's not going to work. I think something like a float would be amazing. Ganondorf should probably have a reflector because wait, let me zoom ahead. Boom, look, he used his cape and reflects in the game. Give him a reflect. Oh, I just think Ganondorf could be so much more intimidating and so much more cool. And Link, of course, I feel definitely needs a rework. In Breath of the Wild, he has just so many cool powers and abilities that he's never had in other games. So you've got to completely change him. Maybe he's got the ability to freaking climb up the side of a stage and up walls. You've got to give, you know how Mewtwo has like disable? Look how on screen, you see he's got this freeze ability. I think he should have a way to use that, kind of like how Mewtwo uses disable. Like imagine you're Link and you could freeze someone and stasis them just like this is about to happen. And then you could hit them and it gives the power with the arrow. And then you could run forward and combo off them even more. Like I know that they implemented like the detonated the remote bomb, but man, he needs a complete rework to just add all his new powers. Maybe they could be two separate characters like Classic Link and Breath of the Wild Link. I think Link and Ganondorf need a huge rework, Nintendo, please. And if you have to remove some characters so that you can rework some of the awesome classic characters that everyone still loves, I think that's definitely worth it. Like, who cares about Min Min? You can just get her out of there and rework Link and make him much cooler. In fact, number 4 is just get rid of Min Min. I hate Min Min. She shouldn't be in the next game. Number 5 is to make the game less laggy. Like, dude, how is the netcoding so bad? In fact, on the down low, in Smash Ultimate, a mod has come out, if you guys don't know about this yet, which reduces the delay of online and makes it so much more enjoyable of an experience. It makes it way closer to offline. I think it's almost the mod that you can get. Let's say Nintendo Online is this bad, offline is this good. It's almost like right in the middle. It can be really, really good. So clearly they can change up some goddamn netcode stuff. You got the entire Nintendo team behind you and some dude in his basement has made online way better for Smash Ultimate. Please fix the online. Number 6, I think once again, making the game more fun in terms of a casual sense, is they should bring in some party game modes. Now, to explain myself, there's things that people have made, which is like playing volleyball in Smash Bros. With the stage builder. There's things like playing basketball. I think Nintendo should bring them in and make them official. Like, that's a great game to be able to play and mix it up from a casual standpoint. And also, if you're a competitive player, that's something you can still play with your friends, that your skills don't kind of ruin the casual experience, because I know that that's definitely happened to me. Like, there's no way I can really just play Smash Bros with my high school friends anymore because I've just gotten way better than them. But things like volleyball and basketball, I'm sure I could definitely play with them, and it's a fun mix-up. Number 7, this is a bit more of a technical thing. If you guys don't know, as a character grabs the ledge of a stage, there's 2 frames where they're vulnerable to get hit. I think make it 4 frames. Make it twice as likely for you to be able to catch characters snapping and grabbing the ledge. Especially, this would be so good because, you know what's the worst? Hitting a character off stage and they've got a damn teleport recovery and they just come straight back. Like, that's annoying. The whole fun part about Smash Ultimate is like the advantage state. And so make it easier. Get rid of these teleport recoveries being completely OP. Just make it from 2 frames to 4 frames. And you're way more likely to catch these recoveries. They're going to have to mix it up. Like, Pikachu's recovery is so annoying. Make it 4 frames that they're vulnerable when they grab the ledge. Now it's way more fun. People are going to have to mix up their teleport recoveries and try and go high. Going to have to quick attack around your attack, stuff like that. I think that will make the game, surprisingly, a lot more interesting if you go from 2 to 4 frames. Number 8 is going to be looking at the online tournament feature. Now, this is already in Smash Bros. Ultimate, but nobody ever uses it because it's like, why would you use it? it's like, it's kind of annoying. You have to wait for a bunch of players to join it because everyone's already playing just on Elite Smash anyway. And even if you win, you don't really get a reward. So I think they need to add some cool rewards to the tournament feature. Maybe if you guys in the comment section can help me out with how to make online tournaments better, because I feel like with the whole like battle royale thing popping off, people love the idea of, let's say there's 32 or 16 people join, it's a knockout single elimination tournament, and you go, and maybe the winner, I think the winner maybe just needs a better reward, and that'll bring people more to the tournament feature of online. Like maybe they just get like a bunch of GSP. They could get an alternate skin, as that point before I made. Stuff like that could definitely make online tournaments way more fun. Like maybe they could even put some money in. I don't know, Nintendo. Fortnite does it. Fortnite's pretty big and pretty popular, I've heard, with the kids. So, you know, put $100 in if you win the tournament on the online tournament on the weekend. That could be cool. That could be hype. In fact, speaking of Fortnite, something I really noticed while I was recording my video where I tried to get really good at Fortnite is the game. What it does is every now and then, if you've played a bunch, it will ask you questions about the balancing of the game. Like, is it in Fortnite, it'll give you a message like, do you think this gun's too OP? Do you think this is too strong? This item's too strong? And they're just constantly getting insane amounts of feedback from players, and they should definitely implement that in Smash Bros. It would be so much easier for them to maybe balance characters, or let's say the Steve glitch happened. For people to just say, I think this character needs to be nerfed a little bit, there's this glitch that needs to be fixed, and Nintendo will just be getting spammed with all this info that they could easily like look at and summarize and be like, okay, this character's a bit too strong, let's make this character a bit weaker. And it would really help them in balancing the game, although I must admit they have done a pretty good job with Smash Ultimate in terms of balancing the game. However, one thing could be stages. Let's say there's a button that you click when you play online, and you say, I prefer competitive stages, and these are maybe 6 or 7 stages that constantly get updated every month or two, that the whole world is voting on what are the competitive stages. And then when we play online, we'd be able to play stages like Smashville and Town and City with hazards off, because that's what everyone would vote for. And finally, at number 10, I just think that spot dodges, rolls, and neutral air dodges should still all have a little bit more lag than they do. Because, well, first of all, if you're playing online, it's almost impossible to punish still, and it gives people such bad habits. And I really don't think these defensive aspects like rolling and spot dodging and air dodging add much to the game. I think you should just make them a little bit weaker. Who cares if people are now getting punished way more for being stuck in the corner? They can't just roll out, or they're being punished a bit more for trying to recover back to stage, or they're getting juggled. More offense, I reckon. That's hype. And get rid of spot dodge cancelling. Who programmed that into the game? If you guys don't know, when you spot dodge and do an attack straight after, there's barely any lag at all on your spot dodges in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think that stuff is just kind of lame, and you should nerf it even more. I love the idea that they have if you spot dodge a lot in a row, then it gets slower, but man, the starting point needs to be a lot slower. Those are my 10 things that I would love in the new Super Smash Bros. Game whenever it comes out. If it does, I hope it does. Please let me know if you have any suggestions for Nintendo. Maybe they're going to be scrolling the comment section. And honestly, I would just love to see what you guys would want in the next Smash Bros. Game. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Bit of a different one. Yeah.